Okay, the first thing I want to get into today is the Kobe Bryant interview with Patrick Bet-David, the founder of Valuetainment. He said some things about Shaq that just broke the internet in half the other day. We're going to break it all down, but first I want you guys to check it out. Play the clip.
How you going to answer this? Who would Shaq be if he had your work ethic? He'd be the greatest of all time. If Shaq had your work ethic,
he'd be the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time by
sure. He'd be the first to tell you that. For sure. I mean, this guy was a force like I have never seen. It was crazy.
Now, for starters, you know that the national media ran with this. They ran with this story faster than Popeyes runs out of chicken sandwiches these days, and they didn't get what they wanted. The sirens were going off at the ESPN headquarters with the hopes that the Shaq versus Kobe feud had been reignited, but that wasn't the case. Kobe quickly shot down the entire story that there was a beef between the two. He said, "There's no beef with Shaq. I know most media want to see it, but it ain't gonna happen. Ain't nothing but love there, and we too old to beef anyway. Hashtag three-peat." And then Shaq responded, "It's all good, bro. I saw the interview. I thought you were talking about Dwight. Is that how you spell his name? LOL." So sorry, national media. If you want some nice Kobe beef, you're going to have to go to a Japanese restaurant because that interview did not get it done for you. And Shaq and Kobe, they had a sit-down last year where Shaq echoed all of the things Kobe was saying. Had he dieted more, had he taken care of his body more, had he had the same drive and determination as Kobe Bryant had, that he would probably have a couple more rings. But to me, the takeaway from the interview is the flex by Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant said, "Hey, my work ethic, my drive and determination." I want to read you something from an article written after Kobe's 81-point game. Kobe talks about what he had to eat the night before his 81-point performance. He says, "So we had a birthday party for my daughter Natalia at the house the day before the game where we had family and friends come over. It was a great day, face painting and all that stuff. That night, I had my therapist come over and work on my knee because my knee was in a lot of pain. And I ordered 2 pepperoni pizzas and I drank a complete 2-liter of grape soda." So Kobe Bryant's acting like he's been spotless his entire career, but he says that was the moment. After that season, that's when he changed his diet. He's cut out all pizza, cut out fast food. Now, I get it. I understand what Kobe meant, saying, hey, if Shaq had the Mamba mentality, then he'd be the unquestioned greatest player of all time. I guess that's a compliment. But if I'm Shaquille O'Neal, I'm saying, hey, every time Kobe does this, people start to forget that I was the most dominant player ever. People start to forget that I'm a 4-time champion, that I'm a player that did something that Kobe Bryant never did. I beat Kobe's idol, Michael Jordan, in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1995. I haven't heard very many people mention this. Kobe Bryant idolized Michael Jordan. That's well documented. But Shaquille O'Neal was the best player on the court in a series where they beat Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan averaged 31 in the series, but Shaq over 25, dominated that series, and Shaquille O'Neal has nothing to be ashamed about. So there is some very clever revisionist history with Kobe Bryant as it pertains to Shaquille O'Neal, because if I'm Shaquille O'Neal, I'm saying, hey, even me being the Diesel, having fun in the offseason, we would have probably still won 7 or 8 championships if you had just not fractured our relationship. Because even a Shaquille O'Neal that was getting 70, 80% of his talent is still good enough to win 7 or 8 rings. And Kobe, the other thing too, would you really have been happy? Would you have really been happy of sharing 12 rings with Shaquille O'Neal? Because something tells me that Kobe Bryant was never going to be happy until he got a ring as the guy on his team. The 3 times they won championships together, Shaquille O'Neal has 3 of those finals MVPs. And if you're telling me that they win championship 4, championship 5, championship 6, and Shaq is getting finals MVPs 4, 5, and 6, that Kobe would have been okay with that, I know Kobe well enough to know that's not the case. So